Welcome again to ENC 1102. I'm Professor Faulkner, and I wanted to give you a brief orientation or navigation guide to how to use the course. So what I've done is I've put us into student view from my sandbox so that we can see the course as you see the course. So if we're on the home page of the course after we've logged in. So to log in, you would go to online.valenciacollege.edu, and then you would log in with your Valencia Atlas username and password. Then you would go to the dashboard and click on our course, which will say ENC 1102 Faulkner. So once you're to this home page, you will see that my name and contact information is here and a little message from me. From there, you will note that there are icons, start here, instructor, syllabus, and course units. If you click on one of those, it'll take you to information about each of these. And then there's some course links and course units. You'll notice that there are three basic units, which are as follows. The first is close reading and literary analysis essay. You'll notice that each of the units is built around the type of essay that we'll be working on for that unit. That is your culminating activity. For Unit 2, it's the compare and contrast essay, and Unit 3 is the research essay. Also, up at the top to the right, you'll notice that it says View Calendar and Coming Up. Once your assignments are in and showing the due dates, you'll see everything that will be there for you to use. Let me just click out of this trash. Okay, so to get started, let's click on the Start Here icon. When you do the Start Here, it takes you to the orientation module, and you can go through each of these pages. Another way you could get to this is to click modules. That would work as well. Okay, so let's hit Start Here. Chances are if you've made it to this navigation video, you've already seen this. It's a note from me and a video from me, as well as the information you need to complete the orientation module. Each page grows to the next, so you just hit the next button. You'll get some information about me as your professor, as well as my contact information. And then you get the course overview. The information that's in the course overview and the next several tabs, you can also find most of it in the syllabus. I encourage you to read both these pages as well as the syllabus, as there may be some information that is on the syllabus that's not on one of these pages, but many of the highlights are there. Let's have a look at those. First and foremost, we have the course description. Really what happens in ENC 1102 is an application of the skills you learned in ENC 1101. There will be an emphasis on your writing style, your use of the library, and your reading and evaluating sources, planning, writing, and documenting your research paper. Again, this is a Gordon Rule class, which means that it focuses on your college level writing skills, and you must earn at least a C in order to gain credit for the course. We have 4 basic outcomes, and again, these are expanding on the outcomes that you had for ENC 1101. They are that you will compose essays, including a formal research paper. You will use the conventions of standard American English. You will demonstrate competence in research and documentation, and that you will show competence in critical reading skills. Each of these are things that you will need to really grow and expand on this semester to be successful. In order to be in this class, you needed to earn at least a C in ENC 1101. This course is designed in units, as I mentioned before, and each unit has a variety of things that we'll be looking at, such as readings, videos, writing activities. There'll be discussions and quizzes and essays. There's just a lot of great stuff here. All right. The next thing you'll see is the course schedule. You'll notice that it's broken into weeks. So you're given your week dates, everything that you'll be responsible for that week, and then the due dates for that week. This goes for all 6 weeks of the course, as you can see. Some weeks you're required to complete more than others, or it looks heavier than others. Week 6, it doesn't look like you're doing a lot, but you're really focusing on finishing up that final essay, that research essay, and also working toward your revision. So there's a lot that goes on there. If you ever have any questions about when something's due, you can come into this course schedule and the information's right there. Please use this to your advantage. The next page goes over some course policies. One that I'd really like to bring your attention to is the no-show policy. With no-show, it means that you didn't show up for class. In order to be considered present for class during the first week, so by May 13th, you must have completed the orientation quiz. If you have not completed that orientation quiz, you will be withdrawn as a no-show, and that will show up on your transcript. So please make sure you do that. Additionally, for attendance in this class, because this is online, attendance is looked at a little bit differently. Ultimately, what happens with your attendance is this. If you go 7 consecutive days without working in the course, you will be considered absent from class. After that 7th day, I will reach out to you via email, and if you haven't responded to me within 48 hours, I will withdraw you for not attending class properly. So do be mindful of that. We also have a withdrawal policy. With the withdrawal policy, I only withdraw for attendance, but after the withdrawal date, that's in early June, I no longer withdraw for attendance. At that point, you will earn the grade you earn, whether you've been attending regularly or not. It's important that you follow the policies set through the Student Code of Conduct, and it's important that you take note of the college's academic dishonesty policy. A couple of things to note there is that this course really needs to make sure that everything for this course is your ideas, your thoughts, your self-expression. And to remember that plagiarism can occur in a variety of ways. If you're using someone else's words without appropriate attribution, that's plagiarism. But also reusing your own work for a new assignment can be considered plagiarism. If you are caught plagiarizing, you will earn a 0 on the assignment without any chance to redo the work. If you plagiarize a second time, you will automatically fail the course. So please be careful with this. As far as late work goes, I don't generally accept it. The work is due on 11:59 p.m. at 11:59 p.m. on the due date, whatever that due date is. If you miss a deadline due to a medical emergency or an ongoing medical condition, please let me know and provide documentation. Please be aware, though, having a cold or the flu is not a medical emergency. It's not an ongoing medical condition. When I'm saying this, I mean serious things. You've had a situation where you're in the hospital. You have something that's going on that, has perhaps been a chronic illness. And again, you must provide documentation. Please do understand that failing technology such as a computer crash or issues with submitting work or losing work is not a valid excuse for submitting late work. You do have free access to computers on each Valencia campus, so please take advantage of them should you need to. I've also included the copyright policy and the third-party software and FERPA policies. Please do have a look at those. There's also the final exam policy. Ultimately, it must be completed by the assigned day and time, which is June 18th at 11:59, unless you have documented proof of a medical emergency. This documentation must be emailed to me within 24 hours of your medical release. The grading scale is the same that it is for all classes, and the grading breakdown is included for you. With the grading breakdown, you'll notice that each essay, at least 1 and 2, are 200 points each. Essay 3 is 250 points. The final exam is 100 points. And then each of the smaller assignments are typically worth 10 to 20 points each, and then there's a variety of those. This will total 1,200 points. In order to receive a C, you will need to earn at least 840 total points. Remember, that's important. This is a Gordon Rule class. In order to get credit for the class, you must earn at least a C. In order to earn a B, you'll need 960, and to earn an A, you would need 1,080 total points. One thing you should know is in the last week of the course, students will be allowed to revise one of the 3 essays to earn a higher grade. The grade on the revision will fully replace the original grade if the student chooses to complete this assignment. This assignment, however, is not mandatory. One thing I do want you to keep in mind is communication with me. Please make sure you're communicating with me. I absolutely want to help you, but I can't help you if I don't know you're struggling. Feel free to email me at my Atlas account. Call my office phone. Come see me during office hours. Monday through Friday, I will return your emails basically during my office hours, so within a 24-hour period or so. However, I don't respond to email communication that's poorly written, so make sure you're using standard American English. I do offer extra credit for each of the three major essays. Should you visit the Writing Center, use Smart Thinking, or visit me during face-to-face office hours, you will earn 5 extra credit points. However, you do need to submit documentation that you did, in fact, do one of these 3 things in order to receive the points. As we go to the next page, you'll find course communication information, some information on netiquette, and so on and so forth. Let's go back over to modules. So if we look at the modules, again, you'll finish up looking through this entire orientation quiz. Make sure you read everything, or this entire orientation module, and then take the quiz and do the introduction. Then you're ready to get into Unit 1. All right, I do want to click on the syllabus for just a second. Again, it's much of the information we've already gone over, but I did want to bring in to your attention my office hours. You'll notice that it notes each of the 5 days of the week, and then how many hours I'm in the office, and then whether they're online or if they're in the office. Notice with my online hours that we can work together via email or through Canvas conferences. If you're wanting to use Canvas conferences, let me know and we can set that up. All right. Something else you may want to look at over here to the left are grades. So with the grades, you can see all of the grades that are in, how many points they're worth, and then their due date. So if you know that something is coming due, you can see what it is by going into grades, or you can see if I've graded it and you'll get your grade from there. All right, a couple of quick additional things to take into consideration. Let's go back to modules and look at Unit 1. With Unit 1, when you click, you just want to start from the beginning with the overview. You'll be given some information about what we'll be doing in the unit. Then from there, you'll see a list of readings and videos, your to-do list, as well as your learning outcomes. Something to note about unit discussions is initial posts are due 3 days before the final due date, which is listed on the course schedule. It will also be with the discussion. It'll tell you when it's due, but the initial post 3 days before. So please be mindful of that. Otherwise, you may find yourself not having everything when you need it completed. Something else to mention about the units is that they're designed for you to go in order. So you will need to go through each page, complete each assignment in order. These are meant to build on each other, and you're really working towards something. So in this first unit, we're talking about the importance of reading. Then we're talking about how to read closely. Then you're reading the literature from the textbook. Then from there, you're starting to move into actually drafting the essay and then turning in the essay. So please be mindful that everything really does build on what came before it. So move in order and do be mindful of your due dates. I want to go back very quickly to the home screen. Just as a reminder, when you come home, you can view your calendar over to the right. And then there are icons to the start here, information about me, the syllabus, and the course units. And under course units, you can go from there. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm so excited to have you in ENC 1102, and I'm really looking forward to working with you this semester. Have a great day.